Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So I've already changed my mind 3 times, but this is what we're going to go with. So I've got these mini tarot cards, and I know you guys probably don't know, but I do tarot cards. It's been a while, but I do them. But these are little mini ones, and I'm like, what can I do? There's 24 of them. So you have your major and your minor arcana. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush that was gifted to me because I love this thing. And we're just going to, there's 10 of these colors, 11, 12. So we'll just do like 2 of each. And we'll just kind of see where we're at. All right, so let's do 2 in the teal. So I'll do 1 over here and 1 over here. And we're just going to brush them. Now, I do not know how much these take. I did get these on Amazon, and I will link them below. If I forget, just if you want them, just message me for the link and I will get it for you. And I do want to make sure that my sides are covered. And then I'll have to, kind of clean up in between. So I do have 6 ounces mixing right now. I don't believe we're going to need that, but, I've been wrong more than I've been right lately, so I was going to do 4, and then I'm like, no, I'll do 6, and then I'm like, should I do 8, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll just do the 6, and then we will just kind of see where we end up. And I'm just going to wipe my brush off in between colors. And this is the Galaxy. And I'm going to do that one because it's not too contaminated. And then, all right, I'm just going to get my paddle raised up. Stop my beeping. And then we're just going to back these in black. And then I can color the fronts after. So this should be a fairly quick video, because I know I've had a bunch of long ones, so, and I'm just going to take and I'm just going to kind of wipe out the bulk of the powder. There's not a ton there, but so I'm going to try and get my sides. So these are the Chameleon powders. They're just the regular ones. They're not, the intense or anything like that. They're just the regular, but I just figured these would be kind of cool. And then once I make them and I know, like, how big they are, then I can make a box or something to put them in. So I'm just going to put them on the side as I use the colors. I am not worried too much about mixing, you know, too much of the colors, because I think they're going to be cool no matter what. I'm just trying to so yeah, I changed my mind midstream, so other than that, I probably would have done this and then mixed my resin, but first I was going to do them in 4 different colors, and yep, then I just, you know, was like, no, I'm going to change my mind. Because you guys know that's what I do best. And the Let's Resin powders and stuff are usually always linked in my description with a discount code for the colors. So and then, you know, obviously I got these on Amazon, so I will put the link to these. I'm trying to think. I want to redo how I put my links below. So yeah, I'm still... If you guys have any suggestions on like preferences, how you'd like the products listed, please put it in the comments so it will help me make things easier for you guys to find. Like, I have all the discount codes like all in one box, but I'm like, should they be under, you know, like each product name, or I don't know. You know, like I said, I'm still learning all of this. All right. Wow, those 2 colors are really close, the green and the gold. And let's do the champagne. So the next video is probably going to be another coaster one. I have had a special request to do a patriotic coaster. So, as I just wipe all of that off. So I'm just basically kind of minimizing where the spray goes. And we'll do the grape. So one of my subscribers has recommended for my hands bag balm. So I actually got some today. So I will let you know. I did apply some already, but I will let you know if I'm getting a little bit better relief with that. So before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to plaster my hands with it. Okay. All right, so we have one more, and then we can use 3 of the Intense. There's that one in there, but I'm not going to use that one. This is the Magenta. Now, I really can't tell if I'm getting my sides. I think I am, but I'm not 100% sure. So we will find out when we demold. Because I've already mixed my resin and I'm trying to, you know, get this done. And then I'll just shake this extra off in the trash. All right, so let's do, this is the Fairy Green, and this is the Intense colors. So these are really, really pigmented, so. Let me try to use out of there instead of getting more, because I used way too much powder. Yeah, so I got a Temu order in today, guys. Oh my gosh. I've just got to stop buying on Temu, because even the dimensions they give you when you get them, they're not even close. So I need to find a big dragon, because I have somebody that wants me to make them a set of bookends, but they want them to be dragon bookends. So if you guys know of any large dragons that I can affix to, like, you know, just a square mold or something, please let me know in the comments. Post a link if you've got it, because I have a woman that wants to buy one, and she has several people looking for the same type of thing. So, so I bought 2 thinking the dimensions worked. You know, they were supposedly bigger than my hand. Well, yeah, no, they came in smaller than my hand. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And I'll try to remember to bring the molds down. They're still upstairs. I just picked them up, but I forgot them upstairs. So I can't show you right now, but I will bring them down and hopefully show you when we do the demold. All right, so let me just bang those out. Give them a blow, and we will get a stick, and pretty much everything, yeah, everything is drained off. So I'm just going to spray this with some alcohol and then wipe it with a paper towel. And then we're going to pour some black. And like I said, I changed my mind midstream once my resin started mixing, or I would have used the Let's Resin already colored black, but you know, I didn't. So let's I'll just put 2 big little squirts in there, and We're going to give this a good mix. Now, my only concern is because these have all that little detail, I'm really hoping that we don't get any micro bubbles. So, and that's still a little bit opaque. So we're gonna do another good squirt because there is 6 ounces here. So, and I do want to make sure this is mixed thoroughly. What I should have done was put it in and then ran it through the mixer again. It's still a little see-through, but I'm gonna go with it. And we will see what we get. And I'm not seeing any like unmixed pigment, so we are just gonna go with it. All right. Let's move that back. Okay. I don't know what those drops are, but they're probably alcohol. So let's just start pouring. And I'm not going to completely fill them. I'm just going to get some in each one. And then I'm going to take a silicone tool and ever so gently try and get the bottom. And I'm even scared to do that, so I don't know. We might just go with it and see what we get. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're just gonna I'm gonna get them almost full. Not domed, but and then see where we are as far as resin. Because now I'm thinking I should have made 8 ounces. All right, so let's see. We're at 2.5. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little, they're gonna be a little bit low, but I might have to mix up another 2 ounces. But I can always do that off camera. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be, we're gonna be short. All right, so I am gonna mix up another, probably 3 ounces, and that way I can top these off. I'll do that off camera. I will come back when this is done and we're ready to demold and move on to the next step. So I will be right back, guys. Alrighty, guys, these are all done. I did end up making 3 ounces. Some of them could have used a little tiny bit more, but I was like, I was fine with that. So let's get these out and see. I will have a little trimming to do because, you know, as soon as I tried to get them to dome, then they went over. So I'm just going to get them all out, and then we will look at them. So I will have to go through with my knife, and all right, let's put these on this side. We'll just keep them separated until I know which ones are which. Ouch. So I've been using the bag balm on my hands, even though it's, when you put it on, you can't do anything because it's like Vaseline, but it is getting my splits to heal, so that's a plus. All right, so let's take a look here. So these are the major arcana. We've got Justice and Judgment. The Hermit and the Ace of Wands. Temperance and the Emperor. The Empress, the Devil, the Chariot. And I am not seeing any bubbles, guys, which is amazing. Okay, that's the Two of Wands. That's the Death card. And the Fool and Strength. So this one has some bubbles in this one. But majority of them look really, really good. All right, let's see. The Star and the Sun. The World. Okay, these are the major ones. The Moon. The Tower. Oh. And the Hanged Man. This one's got some micro bubbles in it. But for the most part, guys, is not... there is not a ton of bubbles. This one's got a few. So I was like, I didn't know what colors were gonna like stand out better. So let me just get some of these trimmed here. And I did not put these on the heat mat or anything. I just let them cure overnight. I'll just get these, the ones that are really showing, and then I'll trim everything else off after. You know, just the ones with this extra here. So I'm really impressed. I was really nervous because of all the little detail. I was like, they're going to be all full of bubbles. And no, we have a few, but not many at all. All right. And one side, this side was the worst as far as the overage, because I had overfilled one. All right, so any more with big amounts? No. Oh, this one. All right, that's the last. All right, and then I can go around, just trim everything after. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean some of this mess up here. And I'm gonna try and do a couple at a time. So I don't know if I want to use black or white. I think I'm going to try the black. So I've just got my black acrylic paint. And just going to put some there. And let me see. I'm trying to find a good squeegee that would work to get this paint in. All right, so this one, I don't know if those are bubbles or I think those are little things in, like that was in the mold. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the paint and just kind of rub that in. Get it in them little tiny grooves. So we'll get a couple and then I'll go back and we'll get those cleaned up. So I just figured doing it this way might make it a little easier than trying to put, you know, like a little bit of paint on these. But you got to get enough, I guess, to get them in those little grooves. Let me zoom in so you can kind of see more what I'm doing here. You know, and those little outside sidelines are very thin, so you really are not going to get too much paint in there. But you want to, you know, you at least want the face to show. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then we'll start wiping them off. I like to wipe them before they get too dry, because I find that it just cleans up better. All right, so I'm just putting some alcohol, and we're just going to wipe that face right down. You know, and make sure you get your sides. And now we can see our little detail in there. I might end up putting some gloves on because I can feel the alcohol getting in my fingers. So yeah, let me do that. I'll at least put one on. And that way I'm not ripping my splits open again. Putting a white glove. This sucks, guys, because you use your hands, and I wash my hands so much during a day. Every time you do something, you're washing your hands, you're rinsing them off, all right, and that way I don't have to worry about the alcohol getting to my hands. And there we have our other one. All right, so let me put my finished ones to one side. And the only thing is you got to kind of keep using a clean section of paper towels when you do this. But they clean up so nice. So I'll do a few with you, and then I will just finish the rest up off camera, and I will have the final picks in there at the end for you. But I know this used to really intimidate me when I first started. Because like I said, I had done some before, and I could not get the paint off. So I know people, you know, they leave it like overnight or whatever. I don't, because now this one has bubbles. So this one here isn't going to probably look as good because those little bubbles will probably get filled in. But we will see. And I'll wipe the excess off on that. So I just find if you pull the paint in different directions, it kind of gets in there better. I mean, that's just what works better for me. All right, do one more. And then we'll clean them. Now these would be really cool if they were like full size. So, and then the reason I didn't make a box for them now is because I didn't know like how much space it was going to take. So I figured if we waited until they were all done, then, you know, like on my next video, I can be like, oh, okay, well, we have to make the box for the tarot cards. And then I can put it as a set. So they would, you know, have their own little boxes. So I didn't know if I should try the white paint. I just figured it might take away from, because it would be too bright. I don't know. Not too bad. I can't believe how good these actually came out. But we've got our nice color shift in them. So yeah, I will finish getting these all done, and then I will get them all trimmed, and I will have some final pictures for you. So stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments what you think, and what other colors could we have done them in. Alrighty guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.